The darkness heralds only one thing. The end of time itself.
Welcome to About Time, a Doctor Who podcast. I'm Stephen, and I've been a Doctor Who fan since 2005.
And I'm Ben, and I've never seen the show before.
Now we're watching and discussing every episode of the revived series, and quite frankly, it's about time. Hello.
Hello to the people of the podcast.
How are you, Ben?
I'm okay, yeah. Yeah, it's a very hot day today.
It is, actually. It's now September at time of recording, and really, I think the weather should know better by now. I think it should...
Oh, it's the 1st of September, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Once we hit September, look, I just want the plug to be pulled on summer. I want autumn. I want cool weather. I want leaves falling from the trees.
Snow?
Not quite. But yeah, I'm not a fan of summer, as you know.
So you're not a fan of snow and you're not a fan of summer?
No, my favourite season is probably autumn.
What about spring?
Spring's all right. What's your favourite season?
My favourite season is probably... I really like winter.
I do quite like winter as well, to be fair.
I think winter's pretty and it's nice and you can add layers, and when there's summer you can't peel your skin off.
Exactly, that's my point exactly. I'd rather be too cold and put more layers on than be too hot, because what am I supposed to do? But anywho, we went to see a show last night.
We did.
We were celebrating our 8th anniversary.
Yeah, 8 years we've been together, so
technically the anniversary's not for another few days, but
we were
both
like
busy in the week, so we thought,
we were like either this weekend or next weekend, and we chose this weekend.
So we went for a meal.
Oh my god.
Which was a bit of a palaver.
It was. We got sat down. We were there for about 10 minutes.
Well, can I just backtrack even further? Because first of all, what annoyed me is I booked a table. We booked a table for 6 o'clock, and then the lady said, that's fine, just go and join the queue. So what's the point of booking if you have to queue?
Yeah. Was not the best experience.
So then we got given our table for 2, which was in a nice little corner.
Yeah. Not the music wasn't that loud there.
Yeah.
It was nice. Our waitress was nice.
Yeah. And we ordered.
And we ordered our drinks and we ordered our food. And then we got moved.
Yes.
Our drinks came.
And then she goes, oh, I'm so sorry. Would you mind moving to the other side, the entire other side of the restaurant?
Yeah.
I
didn't catch why. I thought it was like some event or something like that.
It was something. I think we'd been accidentally sat in the VIP area or something like that, and it had been booked for someone else.
Oh.
But we're not Karens. We're not going to be like...
No, we moved.
We're not going to make a fuss.
Yeah, we didn't kick up a fuss. We just moved.
We're just going to go on a podcast and complain about it afterwards.
Yeah. and she even offered to carry our drinks for us, and so we can't complain.
Yeah. I
did
feel like
our food came out of... I always have vision of the kitchen. Always, because I need to know when my food is coming. And I saw her come out, and she went straight up to where we were sat, and then came back with the food. I was like, that's my food. She came back out and went past us.
Yes.
Went back with the food, and then she had to ask, "Where is this?"
Yeah.
And I was a bit like, and then my chips were not very warm.
Yeah. It was like a farce. It reminded me of Fawlty Towers.
Yeah.
Because when we got moved, another waitress then came up and tried to take our order, and we were like, no, we've already ordered.
Yeah.
But the food's probably going to go to that other table. So God, it was.
But lucky, I saw that if you are going to the theatre, I would highly recommend looking for deals, because we found a deal right outside the restaurant of 20% off with a valid ticket for the theatre or of cinema. So that was pretty good.
That was good, yeah. Anyway.
I finished a book.
Well, we haven't talked about the show.
Oh, we haven't talked about the show. Can I tell them what we went to go see?
Yeah.
Friday night, take down the diary of the boy from Tinder, 6'2", works in this boring job, but he was pretty.
Okay.
We went to say, Why Am I So Single?
Yes.
It was good. It was good.
It was Ben's choice.
It was my choice.
And it was written by the same people who wrote Six, the musical.
Yes. And it was good. It was a very good take. It was like they spoke to the audience.
Yeah, it was very fourth wall breaky, meta.
Yeah, it was lovely because
it was very funny.
Yes. And can anybody tell me where Joe Foster comes from? Because that accent...
Lancashire.
Oh, Lancashire.
I found his...
I love that accent. It's like, oh, pet.
Yeah.
Love it. We're becoming an accent podcast.
We are, yeah.
I can't do accents, as we know.
But no, it was good. I said to Ben, I can't see it having longevity and like being a classic musical that's going to go down in history or anything.
No.
But it was fun for what it was, and I can see it doing well for a season.
And do you know what I can see it doing well with?
Touring?
It would do well touring, but it also, I think, would do well with like older musical theatre groups. Like between the ages of maybe 17 and 18 or 18 and 20.
Yeah.
Like that is its demographic. But it's rude.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I'm not a prude.
It's very queer, very modern
Very queer.
as well.
It celebrates you being you.
Yeah.
And what I loved about it, though, is it actually shone a light on queer shame.
Oh, yeah. There was a line in it that I really liked about, I can't obviously don't know word for word, but basically they were saying, when you're growing up, all the things that they tell you are disgusting and wrong and you would never ever want to be associated with, like gay being used as an insult. And they also commented on, those hilarious films where someone throws up when they discover that the person they've been kissing was trans. Like, and we've all grown up on that stuff. And that, you know, when you finally start to realise that disgusting thing that you don't want to be is actually inside what you are. Yeah. How difficult that is to deal with. And this is what I was saying to you on the way back, that it still makes me so angry that we haven't stamped this out, and that I work in a school and I still hear gay being used as an insult, gay being used as something that people don't want to be labelled and associated with. So, you know, statistically, a lot of those children that I work with might end up being queer. And
1 out of 10 apparently is a statistic.
And so they are still growing up with this shame of, like, you know, when they do start to realise, they're going to have this, oh no, I don't want to be associated with that. We're fucking intelligent humans. It's the 21st century. It's 2024. Why are we still doing this?
But I was going to just say, yeah, it was good.
It was good.
Did I like all the songs? No, I didn't like all the songs, if I'm going to be honest. It had too many different genres. Yeah. But other than that, it's good. Yeah, and like I think it would resonate a lot with younger people. Mm-hmm. Like when you're 30, in your 30s, should I say? I think you hope to know yourself. Yeah. You hope to be comfortable with yourself. You hope to have arrived at where you need to arrive at. Don't hold your breath, babe, because sometimes because it doesn't happen like that. Like there are still things that I cringe about from my childhood. Oh yeah. And I probably will for the rest of my life. Yeah, cool. But on a side note, I finished my book. Oh, yes. So what was it again? A Marvellous Light? A Marvellous Light. By Freya Marske. Did you enjoy it? I did enjoy it, but I didn't enjoy it in a lot of ways. You had some complaints. I have some complaints. Gosh, what a surprise. Ben had some complaints. My main complaint is, now, I'd love to have a debate about this or a conversation with someone about this. Your opinion on straight people, heterosexuals, writing queer fiction. Now, for me, when I ever read a book that is written by a heterosexual... What? Heterosexual? No, I was just going to ask, do you know she's straight? Oh, actually, I do not know. But either way, she's not a gay man. Yes. And that's the thing. That's my thing. It's missing this huge... It's a cultural thing. Mm. Like, you can do it. I feel like you lose authenticity. And when you lose authenticity, it's easy to just skim over the facts. This book is set in Victorian/Edwardian England. Being gay was a criminal offence. You could be killed for it. Sodomy, if you know what sodomy is, yeah. If you were caught sodomizing, you could say goodbye to your head because gone. Sorry, gone. I know it's serious. Sorry. But that's the thing. It felt like it glazed over that for me. Okay, yeah. And don't get me wrong, and I'm pretty... the sex scenes were intense. Okay. And she got a bit kinky because she started using magic and sex. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I wondered why you were up there reading that book a lot. No. But yeah, that's what I'm just saying. Yeah. Like, so you enjoyed the book, but you do feel it would have been better if it had been written by someone who understands the experience. Maybe not. She's got a lovely writing style. it's very literary.
Or maybe she
literally.
needs to consult more people.
Yeah, I just think it needed more. It needed someone who, maybe an editor who was gay. I don't know the ins and outs of this book. It just felt like it was missing that spark of an own voice story.
Yeah, I get that.
And do you know what I've realised? That I think as a 32-year-old man, I've moved away from YA.
Oh yeah. You're not Y anymore.
No, thanks.
We need to get you on Book Talk.
I do like reading.
Yeah.
I do like reading a lot.
Because this is fascinating, but this is not a book podcast, so...
Oh.
The main event of the podcast today is the fact that we have just watched The End of Time, Part 1, the penultimate special of David Tennant's run and of Russell T Davies' era as showrunner.
And John Sims' run as the master. I love him a bit of stubble.
Do you?
Love him with blonde hair as well.
Oh, yeah.
He looked a bit rugged, but he looked incredibly attractive.
He did.
And I was getting turned on by the manicness, but I don't know. I was like, oh, he's an animal.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean, and exactly what you mean. He's a hot master in this. He could be my master any day.
I did have a problem with one thing, though.
Yeah.
Well, I have a problem with a lot of things. But the master race...
What, using that phrase?
Isn't that what
Hitler? Yes,
Hitler said?
Yes, it is. But this is the master bet, and it's not like you're going to be like, oh, master, that's a bit problematic. He's the master.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean. Anyway, what are you laughing at?
The lady at the beginning, when she was talking, she said, "I only got a few lines, so I'm going to burn it I'm going to ham it up for all I want."
You mean the mysterious woman?
Yeah.
Yes, she's actually a very well-respected actress, Claire Bloom.
She was literally credited as the woman.
Yes, because they're keeping her mysterious. Who do you think she is?
The master's wife from Gallifrey. Roluxa.
You mean Romana?
Romana from Gallifrey.
Could be Romana. Who else could it be? Could be Susan.
Absolutely not.
Why?
Susan would not betray her grandfather. She's like, "Grandfather! I love you, grandfather!"
What do you mean betray her grandfather?
Bringing back the master would betray the grandfather.
The woman? What woman are we talking about? Oh, you're talking about the woman who resurrected the master. No, I'm talking about the woman who appeared to Wilf in the church and then was on the TV.
Oh, no, I haven't talked back about her. I was speaking about the blonde-haired woman who was giving her life, but then she said, "I've only got a couple of lines."
She was hammy. She was like, "And this was written also, for his name is the Master."
Okay. Sounds like you climaxed it. The master!
That's how she said it.
The woman in white.
So going back to the woman, Claire Bloom, who do you think she is?
She is like, you know when you got Star Wars and you got the two sides?
Yeah. Well, I don't really know Star Wars, but I get, yeah.
You got the
dark side.
The dark side and the Jedis.
Yeah.
Well, the man who's narrating goes, "Little do they know that they were perfectly lined up for our return." But yeah, she's like a Gallifreyan.
Oh, you think she's...
And she is...
You think she's a time lady?
Yeah, and I think she is going against these people.
Going against those Time Lords?
Yeah.
Okay. There were many theories at the time, because remember that we had to wait a week after this till New Year's Day to watch the second part. There were many theories that she could be Susan.
The Doctor's mother?
The Doctor's mother was a big theory.
She says to Wilfred...
Yeah.
That you are a soldier.
Yeah.
I don't think she meant the war that he fought in.
What does she think? What does she mean?
I think that he is an alien.
What?
And he woke up too late.
Oh. Imagine if he was a Time Lord all this time. Because everyone transformed at the end and the template was set to human. He didn't transform.
Yeah, and neither did Donna.
No.
But by that logic, his daughter should not have transformed as well. Not his daughter. No, it has to be his daughter because he's directly linked to... Well, Donna did not transform because she's still got remnants of the Doctor's brain inside her brain.
Yeah.
And so the Register did not pick that up. And Wilfred, maybe he is just Wilfred.
Yeah. They kind of explained it, or they gave an explanation. because he was inside the glass box. And when he stepped inside the glass box, the master went out of his head and he said, I can see again.
Yeah.
And the doctor said, oh, radiation shielding. Nothing can get in or out.
Oh.
So it's just because he luckily happened to be in the box.
Yeah.
So
I like seeing Wilfred again.
I know, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah, he's more agile than the man that was in Sarah Jane.
You mean the Brigadier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I like Wilfred. I think he plays that old timey, loving grandfather.
Yeah.
A bit cheeky, chappy.
Yeah.
He plays that quite well.
Yeah.
And then you had Minnie the Minx
Yeah.
touching the doctor's bum. Oh, we all wish we could do that. Maybe just this doctor.
Yeah.
And maybe Eki as well.
Yeah, well, Matt Smith for me.
No. I'm sorry, I don't find Matt Smith attractive.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, Matt Smith, you're a good actor, if you listen to this. But we can't like everyone. You're straight, so you don't like me either. So, makes sense, doesn't it, babes?
Yeah, June Whitfield finally gets to appear in Doctor Who. Is she alive still? Or she died recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a waste, though.
Oh, in that small role?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. What could she have done?
Would have casted her so many years ago. I would have axed Donna's mother, because I don't like her. Sorry if she's a well-respected actress or whatever. I just don't like her character. And I would have said
But that's
that
not
Donna...
the actress's fault. She's playing the character perfectly as for how it's intended to be.
What's the actress name?
Jacqueline King. So, yeah, were you surprised that John Sim was back? Because we started watching it and all the green laughing face, you still thought it was the Doctor, like you did on the
Yeah,
last
it
episode.
looked like the Doctor. But then I was like, no, because I knew that the Doctor, he was going to come back in some capacity.
But yeah, anyway, then it became very obvious because his name's in the opening titles. So.
Yeah, that was a bit... I don't like that when that happens.
The thing is, I'm thinking back to the time and I'm pretty sure they did a load of publicity that he was coming back. Like, it wasn't a secret.
Yeah.
Because usually when the Master is involved in Doctor Who, normally it is a bit of a secret and it's like there's a big reveal.
Was it...
Whereas with this, it was less like that.
When Derek Jacobi was the Master, was it a Seco?
It was a big secret and that was a hugely amazing moment. And you felt that because you watched it and I've got a recording of you reacting to that.
Oh, yeah.
So don't try and deny it now and play it cool and say you didn't think it was cool.
Can I say, I've just literally remembered something that I've remembered on what I was thinking about, and I kept me quiet because you say hold it for the podcast. So I'm going to hold it for the podcast.
Okay, what is it?
Can I say it now? So the Doctor in the last episode overstepped the rules.
Yes.
And went a bit manic and crazy.
Yes, he did.
And now he recoiled and feels guilt for what he did.
Yes.
The Master leaned into it.
Yes.
And that's
the difference between them.
Their morality and their compassion for different creatures, and that was a good moment for me
It's
to
like
remember.
the Doctor is full of empathy and the Master is more of a psychopath.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have that empathy.
Are they brothers?
No.
Were they lovers?
That's down to interpretation.
Yeah, I'm going to make them lovers.
My head. I think they definitely have a sort of obsession with each other.
Yeah.
I
don't think that straight and gay and bi and all that exists on Gallifrey. No,
I agree. Because especially when now we know that they can change gender easily when they regenerate. Yeah. But yeah, what were we saying? Yeah, I think they were obviously very close when they were young.
Yeah. They ran in fields of red grass.
I know, loved that little mention.
Did you?
Yeah.
Red grass.
Have you seen Gallifrey?
Red grass.
It is very red.
Yeah, it just makes it sound like twee.
Anyway, so the Doctor goes to the Ood sphere at the beginning.
Yeah.
Visits the Ood, and it seems he's been on a bit of a bender. He's got the Hawaiian lei or whatever it's called round his neck. He's got his sunglasses on. He's obviously been having fun and trying to avoid his death, you know?
Yeah.
Did you pick up on his reference to Good Queen Bess?
So she's no longer...
Yeah. So do you know who Good Queen Bess is?
No.
It's the nickname for Elizabeth I.
Oh.
So he says he got married. He basically said he married Elizabeth I.
Oh.
And then he said, and let me tell you, her nickname is no longer... and then moved on. Do you know what another nickname of hers was?
Virgin Queen.
Yeah.
Did you know she brushed her teeth for sugar?
Really?
And she had black teeth. Because sugar was so expensive.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it was a status symbol.
People who had sugar They used sugar.
Yeah, and so the lead paint on the face as well, like to make it white.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so the Doctor shagged Elizabeth I and married her, apparently. So that's a turn up for the books. Maybe that's why, you remember in the Shakespeare Code, when she was old Elizabeth I,
Yeah.
she came out at the end, she was so angry, and the Doctor was like, I don't know what I've done to upset her, I haven't met her yet.
Oh.
So now we know.
If you haven't met her yet, then you must have married her when she was even older.
No, he's a time traveller. It's like River Song. So in the Shakespeare Code, it hadn't happened for him yet, but it had happened for her. And then in his personal future, he can go back in time to when she was young.
Cool.
Also, there was a nice little bit, you know, we were comparing just now the Doctor and the Master.
Yeah.
When he locks the TARDIS like a car and he's trying to get a reaction from the Ood, he says, it's funny, no? A little bit? And that's exactly what the Master said to the Cabinet in his previous episode. Before he gassed them. Do you remember?
A bit, yeah.
Vaguely, yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of, I feel like that's a nice little callback. We met the elder of the Ood.
Who has a brain.
A brain coming out of his head.
He has a brain in his brain and a brain in his hand.
There's also this weird thing in that where they obviously they show him what's happening with the Master and everything.
Yeah.
And then he's got a time machine, but he still can't go back to the point before the Master gets resurrected. It's like, even though he's got a time machine, the timelines are sort of running parallel.
Yeah.
Because they said to him, you shouldn't have delayed. And he's running back to the TARDIS, and he tries as fast as he can to get there. And the earliest he can get there is after it's already blown up, which is kind of interesting.
But if you can go to anywhere in time, makes no sense.
I think it's because there are complicated space-time events happening. It's kind of linked to like the fixed point idea. Like, you know, the Master's resurrection and all that. Well, there's obviously something going on with Time Lords as well, which we don't know yet. But yeah.
I just thought of it as that, he just can't get it right because it takes 6 people to fly it.
Yeah, there is that as well. So this ring that fell out of the Master's funeral pyre and got picked up
by Dolores.
Miss Trefusis.
Sounds like some medical procedure. I'm just going to give you some Trefusive. Bend over, please. This shall not hurt.
Okay.
Very much.
And then they use Lucy to bring the Master back. It's very...
Harry Potter?
Yes.
It's
very like Voldemort's resurrection.
Yeah, no, it's very, it was too magical for me.
Yeah.
Did not, no. No.
I do get what you mean.
No,
How would you have brought him back then?
Okay, I would have brought him back that his ring has a DNA signature in it.
Yeah.
You have to grow him back.
Right.
So you put the ring.
But how would he still have his memories and everything?
They're in the ring.
Oh, all right.
A bit like the pocket watch.
A bit like the watch, yeah.
Yeah. So you put the ring in this. You have to build that on the little device in Gallifreyan. It tells you how to build this device. So you build this device.
So they have to grow him a new body, and then his consciousness gets uploaded into it.
Basically.
Yeah.
By putting the ring on.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, they went down this Harry Pottery route. And I remember in the writer's tale, you know, the bit where they say you bore his imprint and they take it off her lips.
Yeah.
Like, that's basically the PG way of Russell basically saying you had sex with a Time Lord and you've, like, had his DNA inside you kind of thing.
She's pregnant with his baby.
Well, maybe. But, yeah.
But she's dead now.
Yeah. It was nice to see her back, though.
Was it? I don't really remember her. I just remember her being a bit weird.
Oh, yeah.
I remember. I'm begging you. Don't do it. Of course they're going to do it, babes.
Yeah.
Just get yourself out.
We've also got Joshua Naismith and his daughter Abigail. Another well-respected actor, David Harewood, playing Joshua Naismith.
Yeah, he's good. I like his character.
It's a bit of a wishy-washy character, really.
Yeah,
Bit of an
I
annoying
just think I am a sucker for this trope where a billionaire man is just buying things just because he knows that he can do it, and he wants to make his daughter immortal.
Yeah, that's always a bit dodgy, isn't it? It's like, who would... He's saying that's his gift to her. Like, who would actually want that?
That's not a gift. That's a curse.
Yeah.
That is, and a slap in the face, babe, said...
Yes.
Everyone you've ever loved is going to die around you.
Yeah. Speaking of him, though, I was watching The Confidential for this the other day, because I was trying to get ahead for the podcast. And there was a very funny moment with him. They were filming a scene, and then the director said cut, and he had just been about to say a line, and he was like, "Oh, I was about to give my finest performance, my finest Joshua Naismith," like as if he was doing like some Shakespearean role or something. It was very funny. But yeah, the daughter's a bit cringy, isn't she?
Yeah, and she's not very good. And when she shakes...
Abigail.
And when
it means bringer of joy.
And like, I'm a bit like, if you remove them from the story could still advance.
Well, no, because they're organising the whole
No.
immortality gate thing.
No. The cactuses.
Yeah.
Well done, Wilf. I'm taking that. The cactuses. They found it. They come and get it. They're fixing it on Earth. Don't need them. You don't need that plot point.
I suppose that's true.
They can't get it fixed. And so they, with their scanners...
They capture the master.
They capture the master. You just need 2 or 3 more of them, not these 2.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Unless they play a bigger role in the next episode. And if they do, I can take that
You have to wait
back.
and see.
But this...
But they've been transformed into the master now, so...
Oh, don't get me started
We'll
on
talk
that.
about that in a bit. Let's talk about the Silver Cloak.
The Silver Cloak. Talk about gossipy nags.
It's hilarious, though. It's a lovely bit of comic relief in what is quite a heavy episode, like quite a dark episode. It's just like, you know, my nanny used to volunteer in a day centre, and it's just what old people are like, isn't it? Wilf phoned Nettie, who phoned June, and her sister lives opposite Broadfell, and she saw the police box. I love the bit when they're trying to take a photo, and the man's like, "Oh, I'm all fingers and thumbs. Is it working?" And she goes, "No, there's a blue light. Try again."
I found it funnier that he was like, me next.
Me next. He
Christopher Biggins, eat your heart out.
he used to be in Heidi High, apparently. His name's Barry Howard.
Oh.
Not that I've ever watched Heidi High.
I've watched it. I can't remember him.
But yeah,
Sue Pollard.
yeah, not bad, eh? Me next. And
Well,
June's
it's impressive
like,
he can still get it up at that age.
yeah, and June's like, "Good boy," and then she like squeezes his bum, and he's like, "Is that your hand, Minnie?"
Oh, June Whitfield can say that she touched David
I
Tennant's
know.
bum.
Again, on The Confidential, David Tennant was saying, he was going, "Oh, we filmed that scene a lot. I got groped by June Whitfield quite a lot." Which was, you know, very lovely. Not a lot of people can say that.
I wish I had a Scottish accent. I don't like that they took it away from him. He's very good at doing the accent he's doing.
He is, yeah.
It's very consistent.
Yeah. Apparently the hardest sound for him in the English accent is the ooh sound. And that's why Russell T. You won't remember this, but in Smith and Jones, remember the Jadoon?
Yeah.
He gave him this line, "Jadoon platoon upon the moon," because he wanted to, like, it was just a little joke, like, because it was going to be difficult for him to say.
Are they friends?
Yeah.
Oh.
So the Master's blonde.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
He's running out of ink.
Yeah. So there's 2 things for me. It's I'm never quite sure. It's either because of his instability and it's part of his resurrection gone wrong. It's just like he's not quite fully there. He's like pale.
Yeah.
But it's a bit weird. The other thing is, did he dye his hair deliberately because he's trying to stop looking like the old Prime Minister? Is he trying to disguise himself? Did he like break in somewhere and nick some dye? And
That's a bit ethy.
yeah,
No, I just think that it's just maybe he's incomplete.
I think it's that. Yeah, and then
And probably, let's put it simply, he probably dyed it for another role.
possibly, yeah. So that, you know, when he was appearing in the like whirling tornado at the beginning before it went wrong, he's wearing a brown wig for that. But yeah,
He was topless.
he was.
We saw his nipples, the eyes to his face.
So yeah, we've got the homeless people in the burger van.
Oh yeah, poor Ginger.
I know.
He looks like a right cheeky chappy and he gets killed.
Yeah.
And then the burger people get killed. I'm a bit like, why? Is that a way of them eating them?
Yeah. Yeah, he's eaten all their flesh and it's just got the bones left.
How though? He's singeing it. So he cooks them, then eats it.
I don't really know. And
And then puts their clothes back on. and then poses them back into where they live.
Maybe he uses electricity to, like, singe off all their flesh and absorb it.
What a minger.
He's definitely eating them because he says, dinner time!
It's a bit kinky, isn't it?
And he keeps going on about...
a weird kink.
Yeah, he keeps going on about food and hot, fat, nice and disgusting and all that.
Slice,
Yeah.
slice.
Eat. I have to bring up the scene where he's prisoner in the mansion and they bring him a turkey and he just devours the whole turkey.
That wasn't a turkey.
What?
That wasn't a turkey.
What was it then?
It was a chicken.
Okay, chicken. I think it is a chicken, yeah. Yeah, he eats the chicken. And am I allowed to say this on the podcast? Because what you do when we have a roast chicken, and you've done ever since your childhood, is it comes out of the oven and you pick at it.
I get a bit. I get to sample the food. I always have.
But you're literally just about to have dinner. And you're about to have a lovely bit of it carved for you and put on your plate.
I have a leg and thigh though.
But you like to come along and nibble at it. And ever since I've known you and seen you doing that, this scene is what it reminds me of. That's basically you going, devouring the chicken.
Babes, when I last cooked a roast dinner, who came sniffing along with their nose sniffing?
And you've infected me.
Is there a bit for me?
Yes. You've brought me down to your level.
Didn't have to come very far, did you?
So what about the fact, so the doctor draw attention to the fact that Wilf found him so easily. He said, people have waited hundreds of years to try and find me. Like Jack.
Yeah, something about it. Something about Wilf. There's something off. Like, he's ran into the path of the doctor so many times. Why?
Because it's similar to Donna, because they again had this thing where destiny was drawing them together. Remember?
And Donna's mind is remembering.
Oh, yeah.
Sizzle, sizzle, fry an egg.
She's starting to see flashes of adipose and things.
And there's evaporating John. Her husband to be.
Sean.
John. Oh, Sean. Sean, her mother, became him.
Masters, yeah. So, yeah, we saw Donna again. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice to have her in.
I do think to myself that they're going to resolve that storyline.
What, the memory thing?
Yeah.
Do you think?
I think that's why she can come back.
In 2023?
Yeah.
You'll have to wait and see.
Or they will do it so much that she can be a part of the finale, and then the doctor's like, I'm sorry, Jonna, I've got to take your memory away again. Because if you remember me, your mind will sizzle and bizzle and smoke.
Yeah. But doesn't that just cheapen it? Because, like, he could just do that all the time. He could just be like, let her remember, have an adventure, and then wipe it again. And then, you know what I mean?
Don't know.
Yeah. And so, yeah, her fiancé, Sean Temple, he seems nice.
And she's going to become Noble Temple?
No, that's what he said they're not going to become. Because that sounds like a tourist attraction.
Temple Noble?
Temple Noble, yeah.
Sounds worse to me.
It does, actually. Both sound clunky, don't they?
Yeah.
Just keep your own name.
Yeah. Or take one or the other.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like,
yeah.
she could just literally be Donna Temple.
Or she could stay Donna Noble and he could stay Sean Temple.
Or he could become
Sean Noble. Yeah.
Yeah, and they have a child.
Double barrelling is always a little bit...
clunky. They have a child.
How do you know?
In the future.
How do you know?
Because I know.
Shh.
I know who it is.
Shush! You have to pretend you don't know that. Because as far as you know, she's dying.
Sizzle, sizzle, bizzle,
Her memory
bizzle.
is burning up.
Smoky, smoky out of your ears. Why did the Master want a whole planet of him?
It's a bit strange, isn't it?
And then why are the Gallifreyan Law and Order coming back out? And why do the Gallifreyans want to destroy time, their most precious commodity?
Well, there is a part 2, isn't there? So you have to find out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
who is that man who goes, when all the pieces slot into place?
So he is Timothy Dalton, known for James Bond. He was a James Bond.
Was he?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yes, Ben!
Probably one episode.
Film.
One film?
I think it was more than one. 2 or 3, maybe? Let me look it up.
When? Like 1970? Who was before him and who was after him?
He was in 2 films in the late 80s.
Oh.
The Living Daylights and License to Kill. But yeah, he was James Bond. And now he's also a Time Lord. So he was like this mysterious narrator all the way through. You were probably thinking, who's that? Why has we got this weird voice? And then the thing that I don't really like is about halfway through, you suddenly get this random shot of him.
Yeah.
I wish you didn't, to be honest. I wish you just kept waiting till the end of the episode to reveal him.
And I was like, is he hot or is he not hot?
You thought he was quite attractive in that close-up.
I need to have a look at him again. Was he Dilfy? Was he not Dilfy?
He's a bit of an old man.
Was he Dilfy or was he not? Was he Gilfy?
Grandad.
You know what Gilf is, don't you?
Grandad I'd like to fuck, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't believe I just said those words. But yeah, the Doctor and Wilf have that lovely scene in the cafe.
Yeah.
It's lovely watching them together, acting together. I think they do really good. And it's especially sad now, like with Bernard Cribbins having passed, that moment where the Doctor says, I'm going to die, and Wilf says, so am I one day. And the Doctor's like, don't you dare. And he says, oh, all right, I'll try not to. It's very sad watching that now that he has actually died.
Yeah. Bless his heart.
I know.
The Doctor cried.
He did. He said he thought it was better to travel alone. And he was like, but I did some things, it went wrong, and he breaks down. Why? Yeah, what do you think's going on for him there?
I don't know. Trauma?
Yeah, there's a lot going on. I think he's scared of his impending... Well, he still doesn't know if it is actually a regeneration or his actual death.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know there are more Doctors to come.
Yeah.
But
If my personal opinion is that I would not want to know.
no.
Like, I would not.
Yeah, but he's been told he will knock 4 times, and obviously we know that's what the Master hears in his head. Duh, 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 duh.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And now the Doctor's heard it as well.
Yeah.
So it is actually a real... It's not just his imagination, it is a real thing. So that's interesting. Did I tell you before that was never in the classic series?
What?
That drum beat thing. So almost like they retconned it, because here they're saying the Master's heard that his entire life.
Yeah. But you can hear things your entire life, but not
Not have mentioned
divulge it.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't hear certain notes.
One of my favourite scenes is Christmas at the Nobles. Sylvia opening her presents, and she's like, oh, look at that. Isn't that lovely? Love from Donna. Did you keep the receipt?
I would have turned around and said, no, bitch.
Yeah. And then she's opening that card, and it's got like a hunky man in a Santa outfit.
Where can I get that card? Stephen needs one for Christmas.
If you do, I'll be opening it the same way, and I'll be going, oh, look at that. Isn't that rude?
Maybe I shouldn't give it to you. Maybe I should give it to your mother.
Yeah.
She needs a bit of spice in her life.
Yeah. I just love the sound of Donna and Sylvia cackling together. When Wilf goes upstairs to get his gun, you can just hear them downstairs going, It reminds me of me and my mum.
It reminds me of the Wicked Witch of the West and the Wicked Witch of the East.
What, me and my mum?
Both.
Yeah. But, it sounds like Donna and Sylvia have got a better relationship now. Slightly.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but I hate when people return gifts. And I do.
Yeah, it is rude.
And I like, if you're going to return it, don't tell me.
Yeah.
I've given you a gift receipt so you can do it on your own.
Yeah.
Do not tell me. I've spent time thinking of this gift. You go forth and do you.
Yeah. We also get all the farce, which, as you pointed out, echoes the Partners in Crime, where they kept missing each other. And Donna comes out and she sees her mum. Are you shouting at thin air?
Are you shouting at thin air?
Yeah. So the Vimvoci, a.k.a. the cactuses, and they said they're not Zocchi, they're Vimvoci. Remember the Zocchi was...
Oh, the bionic boy.
Banacapalata. Yeah.
Of course you...
Yeah.
A touch of the tism, that's what I've got. Had it since a birth, I have a touch of the tisms, that's what I am.
I'm not denying that, but also I'm just a fan, so of course I know the name. Everyone listening to this will also know the name.
Would they?
Yeah. But yeah, they're cool, and then they're wearing a shimmer.
Yeah. I have the exact same thing in my story.
Yeah.
But I call it a glamour.
Yeah. I love the way David Tennant pronounces shimmer. With that shimmer. Shimmer. And then the lady, Adams, she literally mimics his pronunciation. Because she's like, I'm sorry, what's a shimmer?
I love that they are non-hostile.
Yes.
That's my favourite type of alien in Doctor Who.
When they're just...
Is when the Doctor works alongside aliens who are just here collecting something that is ours anyway.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
We're just here, we come in peace, but then this man had it and we're just like, we just need to get it. And it's a very interesting concept. It heals whole planets.
Yeah.
What does it heal? Does it heal global warming?
No, it's a bad way of putting it, but what they meant was that it
heals the population.
The population, yeah, not the planet itself. Because when I first watched this at the age of 17,
yeah,
and they said it heals whole planets, my first thought was, oh my God, the Master's going to bring Gallifrey back, heal the planet and bring it back.
The thing is, though, Gallifrey's not gone. I think the Doctor's lying about this time lock, by the way.
Right. Well, okay, so we got the reveal then at the end of the Time Lords. They said this is the day the Time Lords returned. I was expecting a bigger reaction from you. I got no reaction. Because you've been saying for ages.
I will be a little bit honest. It's a little bit underwhelming.
What, by what they look like, or?
No, I just think they did it at the end just to kind of try and pull that reaction. As I was like, no, I need a bigger lead up. This should have been laced through the whole of the series.
The specials?
No, back from episode 1. Not episode 1,
yeah.
But like episode 1 of series, what are we on?
4.
Yeah. Lace it in, do some foreshadowing like they did with Bad Wolf and all this type of stuff.
Yeah.
Lace it in, perfect, put some red herrings in.
Yeah.
This just feels cheap for me.
Yeah.
This is a reveal that just a reveal for the sake of it.
I can understand that.
Babes.
No, I will be really honest, and I will say that these 2 final episodes, for me, they meant a lot to me at the age of 17. You know, when they aired, I was a few months away from turning 18. Russell T Davies was leaving, David Tennant was leaving, and it really symbolised the end of my childhood. So it was a huge moment for me.
Aww.
And it was a huge culmination of the Doctor Who that I had grown to love. And so I loved these 2 episodes. But a lot of people do say, oh, they're not actually that great. They're a bit weak. And
I would agree. This episode's very weak.
And now I'm watching it now with you for the podcast. I'm sad to say that I can actually see what they mean when people say that. For me, it's got that nostalgia, and I will love it. I will always love it. It is a little bit weak. It
needed a lot more lead up. It needed a lot more lacing in. This just feels like Russell wanted to bring them back before. So he wanted to bring them back. He didn't want anybody else to bring them back. He wanted to bring them back. So it feels like he just created a story to bring them back, but it just feels cheap. It feels very long-winded. It feels very anticlimactic. It feels like, of all the great finales you've done, this feels as your love letter to Doctor Who feels weak, mate. Really does.
Yeah.
Like, I'm expecting the next one to have a lot of action and a lot of go, go, go.
Yeah.
But I'm still thinking to myself, you've got a lot to clear up.
Well, yeah. I mean, what happens next, as far as you're concerned?
It's an hour and 13 minutes, though.
What is?
The next episode.
How do you know?
Because when you clicked off it, it said 73 minutes.
Oh, for the next episode?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yes.
And I can do basic maths.
It's all right. So I didn't realise it said it. Yeah, where do you go from here, then? How are the Time Lords returning? We don't know that. They've just said.
This is what makes it feel cheap.
Yeah.
It just feels like there's no lead up. If they just come back, then I'm just going to be like, they could have come back anytime they want.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah.
I think the Doctor is a fugitive. And he avoids them. I don't know.
But no, we've seen how much emotion he carries at the fact that all his people are dead.
They're not. The Master's still alive. And if the Master turns into a woman, or the Doctor turns... When the Doctor becomes... When Jodie takes over, they could get together. Jodie could have a baby. You just produced the next generation.
No, I get what you're trying to say. That's rebuilding, and that's lovely, and that's great if you want to go down that route. But that still doesn't negate the fact that those people with that shared history all got destroyed and died.
On a side note,
Yeah.
do you think the Doctor has two hearts? Do you think he has two other things?
Jackie Tyler did ask that in the Christmas Invasion.
Do you think he has two reproductive organs?
No, because why would he? We don't even know what his reproductive organs look like. They might not look like ours. Never seen the Doctor take his trousers off.
You wish.
Oh, actually, he was naked in that bit when he grew out of the hand.
Oh, yeah.
And Donna would have mentioned if he had two penises or something like that.
So
yeah.
my thing I want to ask the people is, if you're an actor, let me know. When you do scenes like this, do they have to get naked and do it?
It depends. Depends on what is seen on camera.
Because just cover it up.
Yeah, they do normally. It depends what needs to be seen on camera.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Do you know who I thought at the beginning was narrating? I thought it was the face of the man.
What, the face of Bo?
Yeah, the face of the man.
Yeah, similar voice.
I thought it was him. I thought Jack was coming back. But no, Jack's off on a different planet having sex with everything that's got two legs. Maybe you don't think that's got more than two legs.
No, I think he's off.
Octopus lady.
He's off finding himself after what he
Losing
did.
the love of his life.
Yeah,
He's had
and
many
sacrificing his
life.
grandson.
Oh my God, yeah.
Did you forget about that?
That's worse than Nyanto.
Yeah. But yeah, so next episode is the End of Time Part 2, obviously. We have one more David Tennant episode left.
And he's gonna go, golden light, I'm gonna be the man of the man. Golden light. I bet you cut all my singing out.
Some of it. But yeah, before we finish, it's time for everyone's favourite segment.
Patreon, 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 shout-outs. Patreon, 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 shout-outs.
Is there a voice that I can do for this one?
Yeah?
Who?
Wilf.
Oh, all right, I'll do my best Wilf, because it's nice to have him back.
In the memory of Bernie Cribby.
Bernie Cribbins, yeah. I'll do. It's probably, now I feel put on the spot and it's not going to be very good, but I'll do my best. Oh, it's that time of the podcast where we like to talk about Patreon. We're very grateful for your support, darling. All of you wonderful people. Absolutely wonderful, that's what you are. And if you join them, you'll be joining the wonderful ranks of Louisa, Philip, Northerly, Jason, Joe, Tom, Louis, Woohoo, shake a leg, Michael, Ferner, Heather, War, Benny, Caleb, Monica, Amber, Jess, Kaylee, Woohoo, Kieran, Jay, Owen, Natalie, Imogen, Sarah, Aaron, Whoa, Jake, Matt, Ryan, and whey, Janie.
Just Janie!
Thank you, sweethearts. You're all fantastic. There you go. That's my best Wilf. Not my best Wilf, but it was all right.
That was good. Did sound like Catherine Tate doing an impression of Wilf.
Well, I'll take that. Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Thank you for your support. We really appreciate it.
So there we are. I just can't believe that we're here. We're coming up on 2 years that we've been doing this podcast.
In November.
Yeah. And so it's taken us 2 years to get to the end of Russell T Davies' era.
Oh, dear Lord.
With all the extra bits and bobs we did as well. But yeah, I can't believe it. When we first started with Rose, all those episodes ago.
Yeah.
And we're now here.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So I am looking forward to End of Time Part 2. Are you looking forward to giving David Tennant an epic swan song?
I'm looking forward to seeing how he goes. I'm looking forward to... I'm actually looking forward to a new Doctor.
Okay.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing a new series, an era of someone.
Like a freshening up show, yeah.
And I'm looking forward to seeing how the Master pans out and how the Gallifreyan Council come back and tell him off and say, you naughty boy, go to bed. How dare you?
Indeed.
It is clearly stated in the Constitution of the Gallifreyan Time Lords that you are not to mess around with other intellectual beings.
Yeah.
Now go to your room and think about what you have done. And you, Doctor, don't you dare think that I don't know about you trying to undo a fixed point. Now you go to your room.
Yeah. The thing is, the Time Lords of old, they would have basically acted like that. But if we're thinking these are in the throes of the Time War did things to people.
I think that maybe they're not Gallifreyan.
Well, we will find out.
We just saw shimmers, maybe they've all got shimmers on. And on that note, stay cool, stay safe, stay fantastic.